about a bunch of stuff that, oh boy. How's this? Oh, that's a lot better. Okay, I want to talk about ham radio and specifically a bunch of really amazing things that ham radio pioneered 50 to 100 years before the internet. Over. So let's start with this picture, a dude, he's alone in a room with a machine, and he's chatting with people on the other side of the world. This is like the sort of quintessential internet scenario, but actually this is something that ham radio invented, 50 to 100 years before the internet. And so much really interesting things and cultural developments comes from this scenario. Let's just talk about a few of them. Number one, the ecstasy of contentless communication. So think about how much communication we have now that's just about the act of communicating, right? Like those emails that are forwarded to you, et cetera, et cetera. Amateur radio people pioneered this long before the internet. And they had some names for it, like DXing, which means just establishing communication, not actually saying anything. Another thing that ham radio pioneered before the internet is this weird sort of connection between solitude and socialness that you can achieve through technology. When I'm mentioning the dude alone in the room, that dude is in his ham shack or radio shack, right? That's where the term radio shack comes from. And it's precisely this drive to get away from people, but paradoxically at the same time communicate with them that I think is really marks ham radio, and also marks a lot of the special things that we appreciate about the internet now. This type of socializing I think is really interesting because of how it's immediate but not physical. Over. Maybe it works better this way. Okay, we'll continue this one. Just a few minutes. We'll give this 3 minutes.
Well, maybe I'll just say. Also, another really amazing thing about ham radio, the connection between identity and anonymity. Before radio, with telegraph, you've got wires between two people, so you have a pretty good idea of who you're communicating with. But when you broadcast radio waves, you don't really know who the other people are, right? You don't have a connection to them. And so there's all sorts of interesting things that develop that we don't have time to talk about. Personas, call stations, handles, avatars, QSL cards. All this preceded and anticipated in a lot of ways things that we know a lot about in internet culture today. And I'm probably about out of time here, but I'll just run through a few more that I can't mention very much. Technology as a hobby, ham radio did it first. Wizardry, ham radio did it first. Hackers, tinkers, makers, homebrew, culture, ham radio. Amateurs, challenging industry and government and technology policy, also ham radio. Notion of an electronic commons, ham radio. Use of codes and technical dialects. Sort of screwed up gender dynamics, relationships to the military, and of course, idiosyncratic humor traditions. Over.